course, Super Bowl champ Greg Jennings is here. Hey, Greg.
What's happening?
All right, we got week 1 in the books. Lots to talk about, especially when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. To say they struggled on offense against the Panthers, a bit of an understatement. They scored just 8 points. They managed just 232 yards. Some have speculated Jason Garrett needs to take over play calling for offensive coordinator Scott Linehan. Others have speculated things we can't even say on television. Garrett dismissed the idea of calling the plays. Take a listen.
I have a tremendous amount of faith in Scott, and we just have to do a better job collectively as a staff and as an offensive unit to help us move the football and score some points. And that starts with basic execution, play after play, not beating ourselves, and then finding ways to generate some big plays.
All right, TC, if it's not play calling, what has to change for the Cowboys to have success on offense?
Well, it's easy. That's the typical thing that fans always call for. The offense sputters. Forget about what's the execution. Forget about were we blocking people? Were we doing what the game plan was? This is immediately, let's just change it. That's what people always do. And if the coach is an offensive coach, oh, man, well, let's have him change the play call. This is week number 1, and Nick is making sure and it's strange coming from Nick. It should be coming from you. The overreaction. Oh, don't overreact, Nick. Nick's this week number 1. Don't overreact. Don't overreact in Dallas. We knew that they would have weeks where they would struggle offensively. We talked for the last 5 or 6 months. We couldn't have done a TV program with saying, hey, offensive weapons, it's going to be hard to get some separation. They're going to be 8 guys in the box. That's exactly what played out. And what they do on the outside? Greg, they didn't get any type of separation, didn't make any type of big plays. This is going to be hard for them to win. When you play that type of football, that throwback 1970 type football, where you're going to try to jam it up in there, we're going to be bigger and stronger than them, it makes it difficult in this game. Nothing came for them easy. And Greg will tell you, man, as an offensive team, you want to build attack teams in a lot of different ways, but you need some easy yardage. That's why now in football, they throw the ball short, throw the ball sideways, do these screens and everything so that they can get some easy yardage. And nothing was easy for the Cowboys on Sunday, Greg.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
For the Dallas Cowboys. We should make it a Dak-friendly offense.
Well, didn't we do that?
This is what they said all offseason.
Yes.
We want to make it a Dak-friendly offense. That means when I hear Dak-friendly offense, that means get the ball out of Dak Prescott's hands and hand it to Ezekiel Elliott. But for him to only get 15 carries, you talk about we want to pound it, throwback style. They didn't even do that. They only allowed him to touch the ball 15 times from out of the backfield. Like, give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott, allow your young quarterback to really slowly move into his position of dinking and dunking. But they have no formation variation. They have no variety. This offense is so simplistic because Dak Prescott I'm not going to say he has no weapons. I'm just going to say, to your point, they didn't get any separation. They didn't allow him the opportunity to really flourish.
If he has weapons, they were holstered this weekend.
They were
with the
definitely
safety on.
But I'm not going to put it all on them either, because Dak Prescott has to be better. When you are expected to take your team to the next level, the expectation falls on you. The weight falls on you first, and you have to start fitting balls in to windows that aren't going to be wide open. You didn't have separation like that with Dez and Jason Witten for that matter. You just had a bigger target area. So he has to be able to do that for them to win.
Now, you make a good point there. With Dez and Witten, guys who haven't created a lot of separation because of their age, wear, and tear, but they do have very, very good catch radius, larger than the ones that they have now. But I'm sensing that part of your problem with Dallas is either you're going to beat me doing what I do.
Yes.
He's saying, I'm going to give Zeke 30 carries. Or Greg is saying, I'm upset that you haven't developed something that your play action should come off of all of the runs. Sean McVay, if you look at all they run outside zone play, but all their play actions come off of that same look. What Greg is saying is Dallas, they have no variance. They don't change their formations. Their passes don't look like their runs, so they're very, very easy to defend. So from a creative standpoint, Dallas fans should be upset because they're not very, very creative. And either you're going to run Zeke 30 times or use him as a decoy. Jam him up in the line of scrimmage with the play fake and be able to create some separation on the outside, Nick.
Listen, the The Cowboys had 0 plays past the 50 in the entire first half against Carolina.
Yes.
Now, Carolina, we said all week that they're going to struggle, that Zeke, it could be a tough game for Zeke because they have a very good front seven. But we're in a league with the Jags and the Vikings and the Eagles, so I can't even say Carolina's got one of the 3 best front sevens in football. They just have a very good front seven, and by the way, they were missing one of their linebackers in Thomas Davis because he's out with a suspension. Star Latulippe left this offseason. Like, they're a good front seven, but they are not an all-time. And you could not move the ball. Like, it is what has to change? Everything. Schematics have to change. The offensive line.
Don't overreact. Hey, it's Monday.
No, but here's the.
But we did see this one coming.
And Dak was sacked on Sunday on a higher percentage dropbacks than any player in the league. So the reason you don't have wide receivers, because you spend all the money on the offensive line. We know Travis Frederick's out. So now you're down to 2 first-team All-Pros. And Dak is constantly under duress, and Dak doesn't make any plays. It was just everyone gets a share of the blame in this, and I don't see a fix coming. I don't see, it's not a situation where, but their star wide receiver's out with suspension. But this guy's hurt. But then, no. I know Travis Frederick might come back, but if the fix to your offense is getting your center back, that means your offense might be irrevocably broken.
I sat here for 5 weeks. This is exactly what we said was going to happen. None of what happened on Sunday should surprise anyone because we said, Dak's not going to have anyone to throw the ball to. Dak's really going to need to step up this year if he wants this to be year 2. This could be a big contract situation for Dak. They're going to run the ball with Zeke, but maybe not against the Panthers, but they really have to go through him. And then we also heard Jerry Jones say, did we not, we're going to make this a Dak-friendly offense. How much of what you saw on Sunday was play calling? How much of it was personnel?
I think it was a culmination of both. I think when you are a player and you step onto that field, you're going to better execute that play when you trust and you believe in that play that's called. And for me, when I watched the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday, they just didn't have any fire. They didn't have any juice. And then I go back to last year where and the year before, where Ezekiel Elliott made it known, we're going to do this. We're going to run the ball. We're going to do the same thing over and over. You just have to stop us. That's who they are. That's where they had most of their success 2 years ago. They have to get back to that. Now, the offensive line has struggled since that first year of them being together, meaning Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, their rookie season. But they have pieces there that can get it done.
And the offensive line cannot be the only unit that gets credit but never blame. Here are the 5 highest pressured quarterbacks from week 1. Cam was 5th. His left tackle's on IR. His right tackle was carted off. Nate Peterman was 4th. We talked about the Bills' offensive line. They trade away their left tackle. Tyrod Taylor is 3rd. Joe Thomas retired. It's the Browns. Russell Wilson was 2nd. He was the Seahawks. For years haven't spent money on their offensive line. It's been the issue. And then Dak Prescott's 1st. Dak Prescott's the most pressured quarterback. That's maybe Dak's got to get the ball out quicker. Maybe receivers got to get open earlier. That offensive line, Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, Zach Martin, all the rookie that they drafted in the second round, Connor Williams, they all got to play better. It can't just be Travis Frederick was holding them together.
Outside the numbers, we're going to spread it around. Allen Hurns, Terrence Williams, starting outside wide receivers. They had 1 reception apiece. Each of them. I mean, I almost had one down there in Miami this weekend. They only had 1 more than me.
Greg, stick around. Coming up is Sam Darnold.